Sex is a major factor that affects relationships. The role of sex in marriage cannot be overemphasized because of the important role it plays in the bonding and connection of both spouses. The reason why God created marriage is for His seed to multiply and bear fruit and replenish the earth. This means that apart from a man or woman getting to be a man and wife for companionship purposes, they must give birth and multiply to fulfill God's promise in their lives. And the only possible way to do this according to God's standard is to be joined together in holy matrimony to your spouse. This means God only allows sex in the confines of marriage. This is the only way that God approved that a man and woman can enjoy sex. The moment you commit sexual pleasure with someone you are not married to, then you go against the will of God for your life. Sex is very important for any marriage to last long. It serves physical bond between a man and woman in marriage. The only time most married couples become sexually inactive is when they get old and no longer have the passion or energy anymore to engage in the act. This is very common for women as they begin to lose their sex drive when they age. Sexual pleasure between couples helps create a way for them to be happy and makes the relationship better. Here, we will be highlighting 3 reasons why sex is important in marriages. Number 1. Sex is important for the bonding of couples in marriage. One of the major importance of sex is that it creates a bond between marriage partners. Sex has been proven to help foster intimacy in a relationship. Apart from the physical pleasure enjoyed during sexual pleasure, sex also helps in boosting many happy hormones such as oxytocin. These hormones trigger happy and good feelings, thereby reducing stress and helping one fall into a deep sound sleep. The more intimate a couple gets, the better for them. Sex is a way of expressing love between couples. A happy and healthy relationship is characterized by both the man and woman having good sexual intimacy. This way, they learn to communicate with one another effectively. Apart from the physical bonding that sex provides, sex also helps bond couples psychologically. This is because whenever they are outside, they can communicate with themselves without needing to talk to each other physically. It means they can communicate effectively. Through the bond that the couples share, they can solve the problems they face together. Even when there are fights or arguments, sex helps to release the anger and tension between the couples. This way, they can share and solve their marital problems. When there is a healthy sexual pleasure in the relationship, the couples tend to trust each other more, which helps eliminate suspicion and any form of distrust in the relationship. A man or woman who deprives his wife or husband of sexual pleasure is going to make them frustrated, and they can be tempted to find pleasure outside the marriage. There are many instances that most people have been sexually frustrated by the inability of their husband or wife to sexually satisfy their sexual needs. This is why couples must learn to open up and talk about their sexual fantasies with their spouse. This communication helps rekindle the passion and fire of their relationship and brings the couple closer, knowing they're sexually satisfied and that they can also sexually satisfy their partners too. The more open your partner is to communicating their sexual needs to you, they would also be open to sharing so many needs they might have in the marriage. What makes a marriage strong is knowing your partner's needs and being there to meet up with them, and vice versa. And this includes sexual pleasure. Sex has proven to help build a deeper level of communication. Great sex starts in the mind, and it includes having an honest conversation at all times. It helps them feel a deep connection with their spouse. Sex is a way of expressing your love to your spouse, to show what they mean to you. Sexual intimacy also helps rekindle the bond in the relationship and makes the relationship a happy one. Number 2. It improves the quality of health. Experts on health issues say sex helps improve the quality of life and makes people respond better to life. Regular sex helps people in relieving stress by producing feel-good hormones and endorphins in the body. The more couples engage in sexual pleasure, the better their life expectancy. It has been noted that a good round of sex helps burn out calories, which boosts both the mental and physical health of the couple. Most women can feel younger and better about their bodies because regular sex helps tone their belly structure, thereby enhancing a positive outlook of themselves and building better self-esteem. This is because they feel desired and loved. The more couples engage in physical sex, the more they can enjoy good health. A good sex drive in a man helps increase testosterone levels and increases the strength needed for the body to function well. It increases better circulation of the blood in the body and decreases body temperature. Many people have been able to attest to the fact that sex eliminates stress and helps provide quality deep sleep for those who can't sleep well. The brain is relaxed as a result of the happy hormones released during sex, and this helps alleviate stress and promote sound sleep. Sex has been proven to make women and men look younger and fare better. They usually have a more positive outlook on life. Since they work out more, they can bond physically and psychologically with their partner, and this makes them happier and the relationship becomes healthier. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they are not desired or loved. Sex helps to promote a good level of self-confidence, knowing you are desired and loved by your partner. Sex helps to make you feel good about yourself, thereby boosting your overall mental and physical health in every area of your life. It has also been proven by experts that sex helps reduce weight and lower body stress levels. Number 3. Sex helps increase trust and communication between couples. Sex plays a major role in increasing trust and communication in any relationship. The more the trust between a couple, the more it is easy for the relationship to stand the test of time. The more a couple has a strong sexual relationship, the more the relationship is open to love, and then the more the love gets stronger and better. Having sex regularly is important for you and your partner to have a strong bond, and this would help strengthen the trust in the relationship. Since having sexual pleasure helps in promoting trust between both couples, then it gets easy for them to trust one another. The bond created by sexual pleasure helps in relieving problems in relationships and marriages. Sex is also fundamental to having children. It is through sex that a man and a woman can procreate. It is important to know the sex drive of your partner. So many partners have less frequent sex than others and are fulfilled in their marriages. The amount of sex drive your partner has should be considered, and this is done through honest communication. The more you can communicate with your partner concerning your fears and limitation when having sexual pleasure, the more the partner will understand and try his or her possible best to make sure he or she helps you. Communication is key to knowing what and how your partner feels during and after sexual intimacy. So many married men or women have gotten frustrated as a result of their spouse's limitations in bed. This is why it is necessary to talk about it, and then find a lasting solution to whatever issues you have concerning your sexual problems with your spouse. The foundation to building a strong and happy marriage is by fulfilling your duty as a spouse and making sacrifices for your partner. This also includes performing your sexual obligation and having an honest conversation with your partner concerning both of your needs. It is said that older men tend to get more sexually active, while the opposite is for women. In a situation like that, there should be a compromise to balance your different sexual drives and adjust your need to suit your partners. This is how trust is gained and the bond in a relationship gets tightened. In conclusion, it is important you know your spouse's needs and wants sexually. Having less frequent sex with your spouse does not make the relationship worse. It all depends on what you and your spouse agree on and what is good for the both of you. It is also essential you make sure the sexual needs of your spouse are met so they don't get frustrated and seek pleasure elsewhere. It is also important to commit all your needs to God. When you and your spouse both have the will and purpose of God embedded in your heart, then you find it easy to love one another and recreate strong a sexual bond between each other.